As you guys know, as of yesterday, Venus, our lesser benefic, joined Jupiter, our greater benefic, in the sign of Cancer. Now, these two planets are going to be conjoined for the next 40 days because I believe that Venus is usually in a sign for 40 days. Jupiter is going to be in a sign of Cancer until next year, till about like May, June, or July, I believe, of next year. But Venus is a fast moving planet. So Venus is only going to be in the sign of Cancer for the next 40 days. So, what does that mean? Well, Venus, as you guys know, Venus is the planet of love, luck, and beauty. But it's more than just the planet of love, luck, and beauty. It's more than just our love language and how we love. But more importantly, Venus is connected to our money and how we make money. Venus also rules our self-worth. Venus also rules our values. Venus also rules the things that brings us pleasure. Venus is linked to the second house, which is our money house and our family house, and Venus is also connected to the seventh house, our relationship house. Jupiter is our planet of luck, abundance, and expansion. Jupiter is connected to the ninth house, and Jupiter rules our higher education. It rules the justice system. It rules our teachers. It rules our gurus, and it rules our spiritual beliefs. Now, with it being in a sign of Cancer, you guys, as you guys know, Cancer rules the fourth house. Cancer is linked to our home. Cancer is linked to our emotional wellness, our emotional well-being, our emotional security, our emotional safety, our emotional security, the things that makes us happy, the not the things that, well, yeah, the things that makes us happy, but more importantly, our home life, um, the house of happiness, the house of our security, the house of our comfort, the house of our living ancestors, the house of our mother. So, with our two benefics, lesser benefic and greater benefic, in the sign of Cancer, this is a good energy for us to connect to our roots, to connect to our ancestors. So if you was thinking about, starting to, get closer to your ancestors, learn how to do ancestry work, or just grow a deeper connection with your ancestors, this is a good energy to do that with. If you want to tap into self-love, self-worth, this is an energy. This is a really, really good energy to do that. If you want to realign your values, this is a good energy to do that. If you want to, if you have money blocks, if you've been having issues with money blocks, this is a good energy to tap into, to work on those money blocks, because with Venus next to Jupiter in Cancer, Jupiter is exalted in Cancer, which makes the energy even more potent. So, take this time to really focus in on those areas of your life. So, look at where your Venus sign is, look at where your Jupiter sign is, and, think about that. Think about how you can realign those areas of your life. Now, if your life is where you want it to be, everything's in alignment, everything is kosher, and you're happy and you're content with where your life is, great, amazing, that's wonderful. Just take this time to self-reflect and be in gratitude, because the more you self-reflect and the more you're in gratitude, the more the universe is going to say, I want to give him or her more of that energy. So either way, it's a win-win. But if you know that you have some areas in those particular parts of your life that you need to grow in, you take this time to, focus in on what I need to do to better, if I want to, say, for example, you want to attract a better partner. Let's just say you're single and you want to be in a relationship, and you've had issues with attracting the right type of partner. What does that look like? What does attracting the right type of partner look like? what vibration and energy you need to be in to attract that. Maybe you're not ready. Maybe you're not quite ready right now. Maybe you're not quite ready today. But what steps do you need to take to be ready? What steps do you need to do to put yourself in alignment? Maybe you need to go to therapy. Maybe you need to go to counseling. Maybe you don't need none of that. Maybe you just, maybe it might be something as simple as putting yourself out there, dating, date a different type of person, or it's just something that you might need to do differently, or it might be something you just need to realign in your life so that you can put yourself in a different frequency, in a different vibration, so that you can attract that love. Maybe you just need to tap into self-love. Let me tell you, everybody don't want a relationship, everybody don't want to be married, and that is okay. Everybody don't want a relationship, and it is perfectly okay to be single. So even if it's just something as self-love, if that's the only thing you want, then focus in on that. Maybe, of course, you guys know that Cancer is linked to the home. Maybe, you just want to focus in on things at a home right now. Maybe you want to deepen your bond with your mother, if your mother is still on this side. If your mother isn't still on this side, again, like I said earlier, this is a good energy to learn how to connect with your mother that's no longer with us, and learn how to connect with your ancestor. But if not, maybe you just want to focus in more on the home life, because at the end of the day, the home life is the house of happiness. So what is it going to take for you to be happy and content and fulfilled at home? Does that mean you have to move into a different environment? Maybe you need to downsize because now you're an empty nester and you don't need all the space anymore. Maybe you need to upgrade and move because you're expanding your family. Whatever that might mean for you, whatever brings you happiness, whatever brings you pleasure, whatever is going to put you in that right frequency, in that right alignment, take this energy to do that. And again, the way that you can see that is by looking at, you need to look at your second house and your seventh house. You need to look at your ninth house, and also look at where your Venus is sitting, and look at where your Jupiter is sitting. Most importantly, planning is important. Planning is key. Even if you know you're not ready to move or upgrade or downsize or be in a relationship, or maybe you're not in a position to get a better job, or take this time to plan, because you can use this energy to plan the things that you want, the things that you need to manifest those areas of your life. I hope this helped. All right, and thank you guys so much, and until next time.